Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a bit sick, but I figured I'd make this anyway. So I want to talk about War Thunder's basically most pointless vehicle. Now, I get by saying utility helicopters are pointless is, you probably think I'm smoking crack or something. But I'm saying in a sense of gameplay that, utility helicopters don't do anything really better than attack helicopters do in-game. Because, well, there's no infantry in War Thunder. There was for the April Fool's event that we got. But other than that, the helicopters don't really have a purpose outside of just attack helicopters in general, because name something the Huey can do that the Cobra cannot, or vice versa. And I get, every nation has a utility helicopter, but what purpose do they have outside of just a stepping stone that you skip past to get to, like, your Apaches, your Eurocopters, your Ka-50s, Mi-28s, etc.? But every nation has a utility helicopter, and, how could utility helicopters be, I guess, reworked, fixed, given more purpose, given something better to do? Because I get, that it's a utility helicopter, and most of them were adapted to attack, they weren't built with it in mind. Fucking Mi-24, Jesus Christ. But, other than the Mi-24, most of these helicopters weren't really built for an attacking role, and that's why they usually don't incorporate a ballistic computer, etc. And every nation pretty much has utility helicopters. Like the U.S., you have the Hueys, the Black Hawk, the Kiowa. The Kiowa's more of a scout helicopter, not really a transport helicopter. You got the Little Bird, and then you move on to Germany, you got the Hueys, and I'm pretty sure Germany also has an Mi-8, I'm not looking right now. But also, you got Russia, you get the Mi-8, you got the Mi-4. The Mi-24 had a troop compartment, although it wasn't its primary purpose, it did carry troops. And then, move on to Britain, and you have, actually, I don't know if Britain really has a transport helicopter. I thought they have the Bo 105, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't checked, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, utility helicopters in War Thunder, how could they be made better, by saying, what if in Heli PvE or, in a different game mode you had carrying troops to the match, or active scouting for helicopters or something like that, just to give them a bit more fleshed out of a purpose than they have now, basically just being a worse attack helicopter, doing pretty much everything worse. Like, well, the DAP looks really cool, the Apache and Cobra do everything the DAP does, but better. So how could that be fixed? How could that be reworked? I don't think troops would fit into ground RB. I think it would kind of ruin the dynamic of the game mode, but for something like Heli PvE, you should be able to pick up and move troops around to gain an upper hand, or, like, add in a new game mode where you can do that. Also, this is a little side tangent on Heli PvE. For fuck's sake, stop making EC maps for it. It takes forever to fly across in a jet. It takes even longer to fly in a helicopter. Just please, for the love of God, fix it. It is cancerous. Anyway, what could you do? The troop thing, I guess, works, but outside of PvE, it doesn't really serve a purpose. The scouting thing, though, would primarily be ground RB, and the scouting thing, I guess, make it active scouting. Like, you have to see a target, you have to click on it, and it scouts for your team. I don't really think this would be a whole, I think this would be a pretty big balance issue. The helicopter could just sit up in lunar orbit and just use its absurd zoom and thermal to just see the entire enemy team. Like, for example, the Battle Hawk, the DAP, I think the Warrior also has decent zoom. Anyway, I digress. Another thing that they could do is just door gunners. I don't know how much of a purpose they would serve, but it would make a unique dynamic to play the helicopter. Door gunners. Hueys had door gunners, Blackhawks have door gunners. I don't think Little Birds have door gunners because they're too fucking small. But, just door gunners. Add door gunners to the game. Or better yet, add more modern transport helicopters, better armament. I mean, we have the Black Hawk, the Warrior, the Little Bird. Maybe add the Venom UH-1Y, or, I don't know, just there's no real reason to play a utility helicopter right now. They're just kind of in the game as something else for you to grind, like another obstacle grind. And I remember they used to cost just as much as your like AH-1Fs and shit, and you'd have to grind that out, and it's just not fun. I may get the Hueys for the USAU, get them so you can start using ATGMs, but it's the SS-11 and the TOW on the UH-1C, so yeah, that's pretty ass. But I just think that helicopters could be reworked in a major way, because transport helicopters, as of right now, don't really have a purpose to fulfill that an attack helicopter couldn't do better and more efficiently, other than, I guess, looking cool, because other than that, like, I want to love the Huey, but I can't love the Huey, because the Iroquois Huey, UH-1, in-game, it's just not great. We even have the UH-1D, and the German tech tree has the UH-1D, but, it doesn't serve a purpose, given the UH-1D was modified to be longer so it could carry more troops, even though we don't have troops in the game. So it's literally just a fatter UH-1. It doesn't serve as much of a purpose, and it's just not, I don't know, it just doesn't add anything to the game, because you have Mi-24s and fucking, the Eurocopter in the same tech tree as the Huey. I mean, sure, they're both pretty, like, they're one BR, and in some cases several BRs higher than the Huey, but I'm just saying as a comparison, you know, what could be done to transport helicopters to make them better. Because look at the MH-60L, I think it's, what, 11.3 right now, and the fucking Apache is 12.0, sure, but they used to be the same BR, pretty much, and they'll still get into the same matches, so it's just, I don't know, I don't feel like they serve much of a purpose, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, and I don't claim to be very good with helicopters. I'm just saying, from what I've played and what I've seen, utility helicopters just don't cut it. Anyway, this has been my unqualified Schizo rant about utility helicopters. Peace.